there's a lot of things you could be doing this morning, but you're here with me right now. Winning in the morning, Kinsley Jordan, your winning coach. 1 minute, 12 seconds. We're getting started with you right meow. Right meow. Wednesday, yes, we're back at it. Traveling is done, ready to encourage you exactly where you need to be. You've got just a few moments to be able to share with your pals, with your friends, to let them know the goodness that has taken place. Nine seconds. My friends, my friends, my friends. Top of the morning to you. 7:47 Central Standard Time. Kinsley Jordan, your winning coach. We are diving into it this morning. Mike Hoffman, hello, my friend. How are you? It's been too long. Friends, have been traveling. I've been around. It's been a whirlwind. Man, there's been a lot of things going on. I just got to say to my friends, so sorry. It's been so long. But things have been happening, shaking, moving right here. They really have been. So this morning, we're diving into, in case you didn't see the thumbnail, we're diving into how to hit start on your future success. I'll go back to that real quick just to show you. Just to show you, in case you missed it. Boom. In case you missed the thumbnail, there it is. Oh, there it is. There it is right there. How to hit start on your success. How to get moving this morning. Now, this is not some trite nicety. I mean, these are action points, action-driven points that you can literally start discussing, thinking about, knowing, realizing, because as we talk about this morning, there's some really important pieces that you got to grab hold of before you go anywhere, before we do any of that. If you haven't done this, do this. Subscribe right there. Bing, bing. If you don't mind, like, follow, share, subscribe, whatever you do. If you're on Clubhouse, then on Clubhouse. Follow along the Winning Network. It's going to give you the content you're looking for and the hope that you need. Also, wherever you're watching from, if you don't mind, go ahead in the comment section and let me know what topics you would like to hear about, or what it is, questions that you have. What it is, questions? That didn't make sense. What questions you have regarding really any of the topics that we discuss. But let's get after it. Also, last thing, in case you haven't done it, if you haven't joined the Winning Network, text to join 405-645-7789. That's how you can get access to really all the notifications, all the information you're looking for to be able to make your life a growth mindset, driving forward, getting after what you're looking for. So there was this video today, as we dive into this. There was this video today that I was watching. That really, it was pretty, to me, it was pretty amazing because it was talking specifically about YouTube, specifically. They're called Think Media. But with them, as they were, oh gosh, I'm still going. As they were talking about Think Media, they were talking about how to get started in YouTube 2022. Now, hold on if you're saying, oh, Kinsley, you're going to be talking about tech again. No, I'm not. I'm really not. I promise you I'm not going to. But they were talking about how to get started in 2022. But there was this point that she was talking about that I thought was so very good. It was so nice. It was so nice because it was talking about what had prevented her from specifically getting started with her YouTube channel. Now, I know we're not talking about YouTube. I'm not trying to sell you on getting started on a YouTube channel. I'm not trying to get you any of that. What I am trying to tell you is this point of what she talked about was, well, it was humbling and it was challenging to realize and think about what it actually means and what it actually takes to get moving in a direction. So I'm just going to start this. I want you to see this. We're going to go over this and see specifically this video because it does a really, really, really good job of showing you with this topic. Now, again, keep in mind, she was talking specifically about getting started with a YouTube channel. I'm not talking about that. What I am talking about is what prevented her from succeeding. So humor me as we play this, as we go through this, because it is really good. I promise you, it is going to be worth watching. Here we go.
Started are so worried that it's going to fail. But the difference between the people that are succeeding and the people that do not start is the point of starting. Like, they succeed because they just kept.
Hold on, hold the phone, stop the presses. Let's go back to that just for a second. I'm going to literally start this again because I feel like I cut her short like by 15 seconds. Holy smokes. Did you catch that? Dave, did you catch that? I don't know if they did. If you didn't, you need to catch this. I'm going to play it one more time. Oh, holy smokes. In case you didn't catch that, I'll play this one more time for you. I'm going to play it a little bit farther through, because this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is exactly what we're trying to hit on with getting started. Here we go. You ready? Here we go. We're going with it again. Ready, go.
Can I tell you that so many content creators, when they get started, are so worried that it's going to fail? But the difference between the people that are succeeding and the people that do not start is the point of starting. Like, they succeed because they just kept going.
You gotta just press record.
Now, I remember several years ago when I was first starting my YouTube channel, and I can tell you that the girl you see sitting here right now or listening to on this audio was not the girl a few years ago. I was so scared when it came to actually starting my YouTube channel. I actually didn't even think I was worthy enough to put content out on YouTube. Now, I had been working behind the camera for several years in the digital.
Interesting she says this. Okay, hold on. Interesting she says this. I'm down here. Hello. What prevented her from getting started was fear. It was fear of getting started. Now, she's talking about a YouTube channel. I know this is Think Media. They do a really good job. She's talking about getting started with a YouTube channel. What I'm telling you is, I'm not talking about a YouTube channel. I'm not talking about social media. I'm not talking about any of that. What I am talking about is what is it that has actually limited you from getting started? Is it anything like she's talking about? Is it anything like what she's discussing right now? If it is, let me know wherever you're watching from. Comment section, pink, right there. Throw it in there. What has stopped you? What has prevented you from hitting start of the things that you've been passionate, excited about, desired to be able to do? All of those things. What has prevented you from getting there and actually getting started in the places you want to go? I love what she was talking about. I really do, because it truly takes you right to the essence of what prevents us from ever getting started in the things that we want to get started with. It shows us what it actually takes, why we hold ourselves back, honestly. Why we don't ever get started. Okay, we're gonna go back to it again real quick. Here we go. If I can start
marketing
it.
Space, but I was actually too scared to press record. I waited 3 years before I put my first video
That's
out
the truth.
online. That was 3 years of thinking about it, contemplating, learning about the different pieces about video. But every single time I wanted to press record, I let fear hold me back. And so today
Holy
I'm going to be
smokes.
breaking down some of the things I had to do to push through the fear, to face everything and rise, so that I could get to the point I am today, where I can sit down and make content. Well,
Wow. Okay, we're gonna pause there because she starts talking about content, how to be able to do the content, all that stuff. If you're interested, you can literally go to. Let me exit out of it. Think Media. It's right there. You can't see it actually. It's right there. Think Media. They talk about making YouTube pages and whatnot, which is I mean really awesome if you're interested in that. But the thing that you are interested in, the thing that why you're here today is because we're talking about getting started, how to be able to do it, how to get your mind in the right place, how to be able to get yourself moving into the motion. And this is what prevents most people. Here's what you need to take away in this little 15-minute winning in the morning. It is most of the time your fear that stops you. If there is one thing that will stop all forward progress, if there's one thing that will prevent you from getting anywhere you want to go, if there's one thing that's going to stop you from doing what you want to be doing, It is the fear of what could happen. What will people think? What are they going to say? And then we build up these complexes. I cannot even tell you. I'm just gonna sit back here for a second. I cannot even tell you. I'm getting comfortable now. We're getting serious. I cannot even tell you how many times that I see genuinely, honestly, completely, wholly, how many times I see people put on this facade, this robust, protective wall of, oh, everything's fine. I got it figured out. Man, most of the time we don't have things figured out. And the scariest thing is to be able to admit we don't got things figured out. In fact, we need help. But this is exactly the same reason why we don't get started most of the time. Yeah, I'm just chilling this morning. I'm just chilling back in the chair. This is why we don't get started most of the time, is for the simple reason of we're afraid of what people are going to say. We're afraid of what's going to happen if we truly give this a shot. And what happens? What happens is you never find out what you are capable of. You never find out. For all intents and purposes, if I want to be 100% honest, for all intents and purposes, I probably have like 2 failed businesses. Now, it's not like they went bankrupt or belly up. It was an attempt at something, and it didn't manifest. It didn't come to be. I gave it a shot. I did what I could. It didn't work. Guess what? Those things, those failures, literally were the building blocks of enabling me to do, and me and teammates that I have and partners that I have, to be able to do the things that I am loving doing right now. I mean, truly loving doing. If I look at my life 2 years ago of where Brooke and I were, what we were doing, what we were involved with, things that we were getting after, assets that we had, we are in a drastically different place now, because there were several mentors that I had that were just like, listen, man, you are getting your own way a lot. You just need to get out of your own way. I was like, what? I don't even know what this means. I don't even know what that means. How can I get out of my own way if I don't know how I'm getting into my own way? This is how you're getting in your own way. This is how you're stopping yourself in your forward progress, because you keep caring what other people are going to think. That's really what it comes down to. You keep focusing. I have kept focusing on what other people think, what they say about things. It doesn't matter whether you're 20 or 87. Fear is something that will hold us back most of the time. And you know what? This is possibly, to me, one of the most exciting, awesome things. I was at this aerospace day for my job with the military. I was at this aerospace day down at the Capitol. It was last week, and I met this person that was there. It was a very sharp dressed guy. It was an older gentleman, and the guy that I was talking to, I said, "Oh, we struck up a conversation because we were at this booth." He asked what I do, and the niceties, the platitudes, back and forth. And I asked him what he was doing. He was like, "Well, I was thinking about starting a business." And in my mind, I was kind of taken back because I'm like, bro, Chacho, you are. I didn't actually say this, but in my mind, I was thinking, you are no less than 79 or 85. I don't know the gap between there. You're starting a business. I don't know why I was taken back. I don't know what it was that made me think that for whatever reason, this guy couldn't start a business. But as I started hearing about it, he was like, I've had this idea for a long time. Honestly, I've had this idea for like 20 years, and it has continued to fester. And my granddaughter started a business, and she really encouraged me to be able to do it. What? You know how awesome that is? That's amazing. This guy, I didn't ask his age. I tried, in my mind, I was trying to cage my facial expression. But this guy, he had to be, I'm guessing he was in his 80s. Was inspired by his granddaughter who started a business, was loving what she was doing. He had this idea, and he was literally, for what most people would say you should be enjoying retirement, this guy is thinking about doing a startup company at 80-some. And this is why I'm telling you today, you got to look your fears in the eye and just crush them. And realize that there are so many things that will stop you and that can prevent you from thinking about starting. But this dude was so bold, had to be 80-some years old, at an incubator aerospace, talking about a startup company, starting a company at 80-some years old. You know what? I don't know if you knew this. Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't know if you like Kentucky Fried Chicken. But the Colonel Sanders, he was denied like 1,000 sometimes And he didn't start his company until way, way, way later in his life. And now it's a franchise. It's one of the leading chicken franchises around, next to Chick-fil-A, the Lord's Chicken. But he didn't wait. Again, this person really drove me to realize, this gentleman, whoever you are, wherever you are, hopefully you're watching this. Thank you for the inspiration. But it was this idea that, man, this guy had sat on this idea for 20 years. I myself didn't start doing this, didn't start doing Winning in the Morning, didn't start doing the Winning Network, didn't start calling myself Your Winning Coach, didn't start any of this for 2 years because I sat there and thought about it. I was like, man, I should really do this. I should really be thinking about this. I should really get started doing this. And all I did was talk, and there was no action. That right there, that little point. Did you feel that? I'll say it one more time. There was a whole lot of talk and not a lot of action. And for 2 years, this idea sat. Statistically, do you know where I could be had I started 2 years ago doing what I'm doing now? Now I get it. The course of those 2 years, there was a lot of learning that took place. I was in a totally different place. Things have drastically changed. I've grown a lot of confidence. Hopefully you're growing a lot of confidence. Hopefully you are realizing and changing and adapting and allowing the circumstances to grow you instead of crush you. But I'm just telling you, the one thing that I can't get past in my mind is there are several things I should have started many, many, many years ago, and I didn't, out of fear. Fear was single-handedly the greatest thing that stopped me. And guess what? It was the fear of what people are going to say, but the reality is nobody cares what you're doing. Nobody cares. Maybe your spouse, maybe your family, maybe your kids, maybe not. Sometimes they care, sometimes they don't. Depends on if you're taking game time away from them. But most of the time, people are not going to care what it is that you're doing. And then when you start doing it and you start stepping out, the reality is they may start saying something. Well, what are you doing that for? Well, good luck. I mean, there's not a lot of people who do that and succeed, all this stupid stuff. Because they don't know how to do it. They don't know what success looks like. They don't know how to do it because they've never done it. So they have these ridiculous comments sometimes that come across as discouraging. But you've got to keep this in mind. When you're stepping out to do something that most people have not done before, then most people around you have no idea what it looks like, and they have no place, nor power, nor authority to speak into your situation because they have not been there before, and they're not doing what it is that you're trying to do, where you're trying to go. But the one thing that will stop you, period, dot, regardless, no matter what, the one thing that will stop you every single time is your fear and not getting started. You want to know the fastest way to not succeed? Don't ever come out of the starting block. That's the fastest way to fail. That's the fastest way to never even get started at all, is to say, I'm too afraid. I'm not going to get started. Today, my friends, what is it? What is it that you should be doing, should have been doing? What is it that you should have already been in motion with? But you've been fearful, you've been afraid, you've been concerned what people are going to say, you didn't know how you were going to get the money, how do I get started, what is it that I do? Listen, there's 1,000 excuses of why you shouldn't, couldn't, can't do something. But the thing we care about right here in the Winning in the Morning with Kinsley Jordan, your winning coach, yes, I'm not afraid to say it, I am your winning coach. We can help you. The Winning Network can help you get started doing what you need to do. The thing that you need to realize right now is, what do you need to do to not convince yourself to not get started? What do you need to do to get started? What do you need to do? Hit the start button on your success today, right now. Don't wait anymore. Don't wait any longer. Don't pass go. Don't collect $200. Don't do anything else outside of getting yourself in motion for the mindset of getting yourself moving. Get started. Don't stop. Don't hold your back. You got that thing in your mind right now that you say, ooh, man, oh gosh, maybe I should do it. Maybe I should get started. Yeah, just do it. Like, stop waiting. Don't wait anymore. It's Wednesday, April 6th. My friends, it's time to get going right now. If you haven't done it, subscribe. We'll see you on Friday. Love you long time, friends. You're the best. Thanks for joining Winning in the Morning. Kinsley Jordan, your winning coach. See ya. Make sure you subscribe and share. We'll see you Friday. Bye-bye.